100%.
Most unhinged superpower: invisibility, mind reading, or controlling fire.
Unhinged, what does that can you, like, describe unhinged? What does that mean? Like,
Most crazy, like what let's just say, what would you rather?
okay. Mind reading or invisibility? I would say invisibility because, like, I feel like I read enough minds that it is, and, like, it drives me insane.
What's up, guys? We're dreamers, we're moms, and welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. Now let's get creatively unhinged.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Mommy Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Megan, and today's episode is for my Marvel girlies, my astrology girlies, my anime girlies, my single moms, my revenge fantasy girlies. Like, I'm talking to all of you today because our guest, Rose, is a comic book artist and a painter who recreates iconic Marvel comic covers, paints anime characters, and honestly just brings these characters to life in a way that makes you feel like you're holding the whole universe in your hands. But here's where it gets insane. Rose isn't just creating the worlds we already love, she's creating her own. She's working on an original comic book inspired by her real life as a single mom, and it's about a single mom who gets superpowers based on her zodiac sign. And not only is it supernatural, it's a dark romance vibe. It's emotional, it's revenge coded, it's complicated and messy and powerful, which honestly is the most honest way to tell a story about becoming a mother, losing yourself, and then finding this whole new version of yourself that's stronger than anything you ever could have imagined. I've only known Rose for a few minutes, but I can tell you she represents exactly what mommy artist stands for: taking something you've been through, taking what tried to break you, and turning it into something creative, something beautiful, something that can live outside of you and touch other people. And beyond all that, y'all, she is a community builder. Rose runs Jersey Comic Book Nerds, where they read comic books monthly, meet up, do drawing sessions, and basically help each other become better artists and better writers, which is such a vibe because honestly, we all need each other. We need other creative people who just get it. And then because she's also a queen, she has another group called Marvel Rival Girlies 30 plus for women who love gaming, Marvel, and just having a space that's fun, safe, and supportive. Because I don't know if you know this, but being a woman on the internet is a fight in itself. So, we're talking art, comics, being a single mom, building community, and what it looks like to turn your origin story into something legendary. Rose, welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. I'm so thankful, grateful, and lucky to have you as a guest today.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate the intro. Such a strong intro.
Yay!
When I saw your Instagram page, I was like, "Wow, this is very specific to me," like, the algorithm
Yes,
is crazy in the way it works.
yes.
I was like, because I put on my Instagram, like, I'm a mom, I'm an artist, and I saw the Mommy Artist Podcast. I'm like, "That's literally for me."
Oh my gosh.
I
And
was
you
like,
know
"That's so
what?
cool."
The community is bigger than you think. Like, I'm hoping this is building a community of people
Yeah.
to just recognize each other and feel like you're not alone in this. Like, there are so many people out there and in different realms. Like, I'm so excited to talk to you about the comics and the Marvel universe and the gaming and the oh my God, let's go to Comic-Con. Rose, tell us where you're originally from and when did you first fall in love with comics?
So, I'm from Jersey, and I fell in love with comics, honestly, a little bit when I got into Spider-Man.
Okay.
I feel like comics have always been something I wanted to get more into when I was younger, but I never got the chance to really watch all the movies in order. Because 'cause I'm the type of person who I need to watch something from A to Z. When COVID happened, I kinda got the opportunity to catch up on all my movies, and I started literally from A to Z with my son. And I had such, like, inspiration through the stories and just the superheroes in general about how their resilience bring everything just kinda saves people, I always try to ask myself this question, like, what is it about superheroes that I love so much? And I feel like the biggest thing that I love about it is the fact that when someone is knocked down, they still manage to get back up. And recently my favorite movie, honestly, has been Superman. Superman is everything that I want to captivate in like my stories. The heart of it, the bravery of it, the courage, the love, like everything. Like it's just so amazing to me. And the kind of inspiration that I feel after watching something like that is the kind of inspiration I want other people to feel when they're reading my comics. So that's kind of like why I want to be a comic book artist. And like I always say, I want to be the next Stan Lee, you know?
No, love that. And it's so funny because not for me, it's not necessarily superhero movies, but there are so many films that I watch and feel inspired from. And at the end, and I'm like, I wonder if people are feeling the same thing. And it's like now that
Yeah.
I can hear you say that about Superman and all of the, Spider Man, it's like I think I'm going to go back and watch it in a different way because for me, like, okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but like, any movie that's really loud, I'm like, I think it's based on my ex, like, who, like, I don't know, only liked loud action movies, and I was like, just like, "Ugh, I want more movies with more storyline and character." But, like, Spider-Man, it has all that, and I just think I
Yeah.
took it for granted, but, like, now I
Hmm.
can't wait to go watch another, like, Marvel movie again and, like, through your lens, right? And like your
Yeah.
point of view, because it is such a uplifting story and a superpower and like that's so cool. So when you were younger, you weren't so much into were you into like anime, those kind of things when you were younger?
When I was younger, I loved cartoons. I loved all the cartoons. I did see a few Marvel movies when I was younger, but I didn't get the chance like to watch all of them. I think the only movie I watched might have been Iron Man when I was younger. And just in general, I've always wanted to watch them. Like it wasn't that I didn't like or didn't want to watch it. It was just something that it wasn't on the TV. Like we have Netflix now, like we can literally choose what we want to watch anytime, any place of the day.
True.
And then when that came out, like I kind of took advantage. I also love the Flash, like as you saw,
Mhm.
like I love the Flash. So when that came on TV, that's kind of what more got me into it. Like that was when I had the chance to like binge watch and watch it on CW11 it was. But I love that show. That might have been the beginning of where I loved comic books and superheroes, honestly. And
That's
then I started reading about Flash. So yeah, it was really cool.
yeah. So did you draw or would you consider yourself like a creative child, like where you were seeking out, drawing in your free time or reading or like when you
Yeah, I always drew as a kid. In school, that would be all the things I would do. Like when the teacher was talking, I would draw. Like when I
right.
was zoning out, I would draw. If it was quiet, like and we had to wait for the teacher, like I remember like literally everybody was sitting down in the library one day and I had a piece of paper in front of me and I just got out a pen, I just started drawing and like everyone didn't really have anything in front of them, so they were just watching me draw. And they were like, What are you doing? Like, that looks sick." And I'm like, "I'm just doodling here," like it was this crazy ass drawing. But like, yeah, like and like even in my jobs, that's all I ever do. Like I'm a
Mhm.
substitute teacher. I show the kids my drawings. I'll draw, sketch something as I'm working. But yeah, that's
That's
pretty
cool.
much me. When COVID happened, that's actually when I begun painting and just embracing my creativity since, I was home a lot. So I was like, let me just like paint, let me try new hobbies. And one of my paintings got like a good decent amount of views and people were like, "Wow, I love your painting." And I was like, "You do?" Like I was so terrified of painting. I actually posted it and then deleted it and then I reposted it again. But like that's part of being an artist. You don't really like have that. You always have that like imposter syndrome, I guess.
Oh my
That's
god.
what I hear.
I know, I talk about that all the time. It's a real
Yeah.
thing. I still have it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like the painting I did is like a comic book cover, right? It's not really something I created on my own, but it's something that inspired me to paint. Because I'm
Mhm,
a big fan of the Flash, you know.
mhm.
Um I
Yep.
can grab it if you want me to show you. I don't know.
Yes,
Literally right
yes.
here. Okay, cool.
Get it, yes. I see it.
That's so dope. So this is the painting I did.
Whoa. Dude,
Yeah.
that is awesome. Draw it first,
So,
and then what's
like
the here?
I think I started painting this right away. I think I did a sketch
Uh-huh.
and then I started painting it. I don't know, because I was like really weird. Like I did like the complete opposite what I should have done. I think I started with the painting and then I outlined it
Uh-huh.
as I was painting it. And it's not even on a canvas. It's like on a cardboard thing that I use.
That makes it better.
But like, yeah, yeah, so I just painted it. I just kept painting it little by little. I was dealing with a lot of heartbreak at the time and like kind of just like poured everything into it.
I
At the
love it.
time I was single. Thank you. At the time I was single and like I felt like I was so boring, you know? I was like, no one's like, I'm not attracting the right guys. So
Right.
I need to find hobbies. The only thing I said for things that I liked, I was like, oh yeah, I like watching these TV shows, and I watched a million TV shows at the time. So I wanted to like have something to say more about me. And I was like, let me try painting. And then I started like painting and posting my pictures with me and my paintings to make myself more interesting. Um, and I just kind of like went with my passion more after that. And everything kind of fell in order because like I was attracting the right people, people who also like art. And at the time I wasn't trying to pursue art, but as I kept doing it, I realized how much potential I had and people liked my art. Um, but yeah, that brings me back to like what I want my story to be about.
Mhm.
Because initially I wanted to pursue art when I was a kid
Mhm.
and I never pursued it because I didn't think it would make me enough money.
Right.
But then I
Which
got pregnant.
very common thing, and it's like a thing our parents tell us, and
Yeah.
it's an obstacle to overcome unless you were born into like a super artistic, successful family. It's like I feel like again, a lot of mommy artists are like, I never thought I could make it doing this, and so it stopped them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like it's so funny because I see a lot of other mom artists too. But like when I got pregnant, it was a lot difficult for me to pursue my art anymore. I had to focus on my son. He's 11 now, by the way.
Awesome.
Um,
What
yeah.
grade is that?
Sixth grade. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared of 6th grade.
Yeah, that's when they have their little attitudes and they're trying to figure themselves out, middle school age. Oh my God.
Yeah. Mine are still elementary, and then they're like my daughter's in 3rd grade going on, like, senior year. So it's like,
Yeah.
she's, like, so sassy, and I'm already, like, scared of that. But, like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm very scared of middle school. Anyways, go yeah, so you had to
Yeah.
focus on your son.
Oh, yeah, and,
Anything.
yeah, so how to focus on him and, like his biological dad wasn't the greatest person. Like he had his own thing. He wanted to pursue his career as a cop.
Right.
So like
Oh,
he actually left us in Jersey to go pursue that in Florida, which was our agreement at the time. But
uh,
like he was supposed to come back
right.
and take care of us, yada yada, and that was supposed to be a relationship that we were building on. But like me and my son had to go in shelters because we didn't really have a place to go. So like we had been in shelters for like maybe 2 years.
Huh.
But the shelters were great. Like it was like my own apartment I had. It wasn't like a shelter,
In
but
New
like,
Jersey?
huh? In
Was it
Jersey, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, eventually they helped me get my own apartment. And then I had roommates, but it was like a lot to deal with. I had a lot of like challenges. My son also had club feet, so I had to like take care of him.
Uh,
And honestly, when he was born with club feet, I was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, it was
yeah,
so like bizarre.
yeah.
So he had to have surgeries. Um, but
Well,
yeah, like, yeah, like
no, I
my
you are my. So strong, and, like, I only heard, like 2 minutes of your story, and, like, if no one's told you recently, like, you are so strong, what you went through was insane, and, like, congratulations to you for being who you are today and now being able to pursue your creative side, and I'm just like that really touches my heart, and I'm really thankful that you shared that with me. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was definitely like a big struggle for a while. But like little by little, I kind of kept finding out who I was. I had support from my aunt and my mom and my dad were getting more supportive as the years went by. But then I finally met my boyfriend, and he's been such a great father figure to my son. Like he's amazing, makes me laugh. So yeah, like everything like that I have experienced in my life is something I want to put into a story and kind of make it creative in a sense where they're like it's like a superhero story, like kind of like Marvel, but
Yes,
with like meaning, like something
yes.
that speaks out to other moms. And that's my goal.
So it's always been, like, ingrained in you and, like, something you've turned to, like, either out of boredom or, like, out of I'm sure were there situations where you were, like, going through something and you then were like, "I need to draw" like, an outlet, right? Like,
Yeah.
for me, there's a lot of times, more so now that I've kind of had this creative awakening because I had it kind of later in life. Like I just turned 40. And so like really 39 is when I started like accepting myself as a creative because I always thought like I'm not a creative, I'm not an artist because I'm not making money off of it. Right. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was, like, telling myself and the imposter syndrome, and it took I mean, Hannah's heard this 1,000 times, I mean, she's gonna roll her eyes, and my audience, but, like, it took therapy to tell me that, like, "No, it's not, a career, it's not the money you make, it's how you live your life and how you react in situations that are hurtful or like trauma situations, like what do you do? And so for me, writing poetry, like was like my outlet for that. And I'm sure say I mean, I'm speaking for you, but like drawing, I'm sure was like something you could go to that like not only was it something that you could like keep your mind off of, but you were probably creating the story in your head of like what this character or doodle or drawing was going through. Am I on the right?
Yeah, totally. No, like, by the way, you don't look 40 at all. I'm just gonna say
Thank
that.
you.
No way. I don't believe that. But yeah, honestly, I grew up with a lot of anxiety, and like I've never been like an extrovert person. I've always been very introvert. Never really like talked to a lot of people, and I feel like that's all I ever do nowadays, funnily enough. Um,
Mhm,
but, like, that's always been something a way to kind of cope with my anxiety. I've just always drawn, because it kinda helps me, like, slow down my brain a little bit, not really focus on, like, my surroundings enough. I get really nervous a lot being around people, and I feel like I've always just, like, been in my shell for, like, as long as I remember. But like I said, as of the last couple of years, I feel like I've been able to embrace getting out of my shell, been able to talk to more people. I still get nervous, but it's just more natural to me.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, like I just love like the aspect of just trying to tell a story, like you said, about like how someone like brings themselves out of the darkness, and that's what I want to do. I want to just inspire people, honestly.
That's so great. That's like, why are we scared of what fills our cup the most? I don't know, but I
Yeah.
think it's for men to push us to do those things and to make ourselves I don't know, bigger and more confident, and but I'm with you on that.
I
I'm nervous
totally
all the time.
understand that. No, I get that. Like that's how exactly how I felt with my paintings. Like I said, like I posted it and then I deleted it, and I'm like, why did I delete it? Like I was like, nobody should see this. Like this is my baby. Like and I'm like, but why not? Like people like it. Like all my friends say you should post, you should post, and I'm like, okay, like I guess. And then like, you always get a comment or two, that's not really your art, like you didn't use your original art, like, but like that's kind of like what you get, especially like if you're on the rise of fame. Like famous people get criticized for every little thing they do. They have to watch everything. Um, but you don't know until you try. So like you have to get out of your comfort zone to be able to like thrive in the sense of like what you want to do. Like if you want to be an artist, you have to put yourself out there. If you want to be on like a podcast, you have to like talk to people, you know? It kind of shows us like how to keep moving forward. And then eventually it just becomes natural, becomes like a second language.
So let's say no one has ever seen your art and you are like yourself right now. So explain to the audience, like say they've never seen it, we haven't shown a clip of it yet.
Okay.
What is your style of art?
Hmm. That is something I'm working on.
Oh
If
no,
I had to pick a style, it would be maybe like abstract. It would be abstract, dark, acrylic, digital. Um, I'm all over the place, honestly. And that's part of the reason why it's
but
been
like
hard for me to pursue it.
comic art.
Yeah, definitely comic art, 100%. Anime art too. I do like to do landscapes. I have been trying to do more landscapes. But yeah, mostly like characters. I love doing characters. Like anytime I see a cute character like on an anime show, like this new anime I've been watching, Dun Dun Dun. I love the color schemes of everything. I've been trying to like make more art too so I can sell it at the comic shop I usually go to because I actually got
Yes.
permission from the comic owner that I can sell some of my comic art there recently. So very exciting.
Have you ever thought of doing a landscape of a like an anime landscape?
You know
That'd be
what?
kind of
That's the
cool.
next thing I want to try. I saw this like Van Gogh background and a Spider-Man on it, and it looks so sick. Like I want to like put that all around my house, like that kind of art. That's what I'm trying to work on next. For just from for
Yeah,
myself, but
no.
like if people like it, I guess I'll sell it.
Because comic art and anime art, it is character focused, right? But like, what if you focused on their landscape and their like surroundings or like the world in which they live in? I feel like that'd be really cool. And people could like hang it
Yeah.
in their house as landscape. But if you're anime fans or comic fans, that would relate so much more to you than like a traditional landscape painting.
I've never been one to do backgrounds though. Like my boyfriend's actually really good at that, so I'm gonna give him that idea too. Like, cause we
Yes.
like to do collabs. So like he can do that
Yeah,
background and I can do the character, like that.
that's awesome. Okay, what is your dream comic cover to paint that you haven't done yet?
I feel like either something with the Spider-Verse, Venom,
Mhm,
or the Flash. There's been a few
mhm.
one like the one I showed you like was a big one I wanted to paint for a while. So like I fell in love with that cover. But I love all the Gwen Stacy comic cover arts. I love the Spider-Punk cover arts. There's a lot of them in my roster.
Rose, you're creating your own comic book. Tell us a little about it. What is it about, and how did you come up with the idea?
So, my comic book is going to be a little bit based on my life. My comic book has this single mom in it, and her name is Rage, and it talks about all the things that she goes through, like her trauma, the fact that she was in shelters, her dealing with her sons, like his growth and the surgeries. There's a lot of like stories that I have from my personal life experiences that they're based on. And like that's kind of what I want to put in the book. Um and I also want to make it about an anti-hero. I want her to be an anti-hero and she's kind of setting her revenge on her ex for putting through all this trauma. And how I want her growth to develop is someone who becomes like this anti-hero in a sense or villain to someone who becomes a hero and like chooses to be good later in life.
Mhm.
It talks about how angry she grew up, because as a kid I used to be very it is also based on how I grew. I used to be like a very angry child. I used to like beat up boys, like in middle
Yes.
school. I was always a tomboy, but like I want Rage to inspire like the inner anger that some moms feel, I guess, and take that out on her ex. But like also she's trying to grow and she's trying to grow out of that. She wants to be a better person for her son, and a lot of that comes into play. And then there's the superpowers aspect of it, where like she gets powers based on her zodiac, which is Cancer. Cancer's abilities would be based on their emotions. So anger
Because
would be
you're a
speed.
Cancer.
Yes, and I'm a Cancer. So like anger would be speed, love would be healing, and like crying would be like sonic screams. There's like a
Mhm,
whole list of them I want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, I guess. She's also a teacher like me. I also am very inspired by this book that I read called Lore Olympus. So I want it to be similar to that and how they story tell things.
mhm. That's awesome. And so Cancer, one of their strong suits is empathy.
Hmm.
And like
Yes.
I also think that's a really cool idea for like her superpower to be empathy and to be able to share that with the people that she's helping and be able to like recognize that like okay, you're going through something because I can feel you because that's my superpower. And like
Right.
the superpower lies within them being able to diagnose the problem without even talking to them and like give
Hmm.
them what they need. Um, I think that's a super cool idea.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I used to work with kids with autism and, OCD and like all these other issues. And like that's something I will kind of have to use when I was a teacher. Like in that department, like I'd have to like know what they're feeling. I have to like kind of learn how to calm them down. So like I would use a lot of my art to do that. I would bring my iPad with me to the schools and say, hey, like, if we calm down for a few minutes, we can draw. Or like we do our work, we can draw a little bit. But like a lot of my art I like to bring to my schools that I work at, and I like to encourage kids to learn to use it as something as an incentive or
Mhm,
something to help calm them down. And it
mhm.
usually works.
Yeah. Because art is such a form of therapy. And I think a lot of children who especially grow up in trauma and hardship situations aren't exposed to art, don't know that that's an avenue. So for you to introduce that to them is very special. And I think that you should continue to do that. And I see your path in that being a light in so many children's lives. And I'm just excited to see what you're going to do with that. We have a last segment on the Mommy Artist podcast. It's called the Hot Seat segment. Spider-Man or Deadpool?
Uh, Spider-Man. Have to.
Okay.
100%.
Most unhinged superpower: invisibility, mind reading, or controlling fire?
Unhinged. What does that can you like describe unhinged? What does that mean? Like,
Most crazy, like what let's just say what would you rather?
okay, okay. Mind reading or invisibility? I would say invisibility because like I feel like I read enough minds that it is, and like it drives me insane.
Oh god,
Yeah,
okay. If your son had a superpower, what would it be?
it would be fire or duplication. Like I think duplication maybe more, but he loves my son's name is Phoenix. So like he's obsessed with that animal in general, the mythical creature. So like
Oh my god,
maybe
yes.
fire.
Came out of the ashes. I love the phoenix. Like it
Yes.
encompasses like me right now. This is a little racy.
Okay.
Fuck Mary Kill.
Okay.
Okay. Loki, Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Mary Spider-Man. I guess F Wolverine and kill Loki.
Oh
Sorry,
my god, but
Loki.
what about that? Would you rather fight your ex or fight Thanos?
I mean, I fight my ex all the time,
Oh my god. Okay.
so I guess him.
Okay,
I mean,
perfect.
although like Thanos would be a cool battle, so never mind. Change my mind. I fight with him all the time, so it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
iPad, Procreate, or paint on a canvas?
Oh, paint on a
Like
canvas,
digital art.
100%. 100% paint on a canvas.
Okay. Last question, and the most important. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Because
100%.
you're not allowed on the show if you don't.
No, they're among us. They're just hiding.
Thank you so much for being on the Mommy Artist podcast. Again, I've said it. You are such a gem. You are such a solid human being. I am so proud of you and the woman you are today. And I'm so excited to continue to be friends. I'm coming to
Yes.
Jersey. We're doing a Comic-Con. I don't know much
Yes.
about it, but give me a character. I'll make all the things. We will go together. And everyone, when you're watching, tune in on Spotify, tune in on Apple Podcast, watch her YouTube, watch her. What's your Instagram handle?
Rose Ragnarok art.
Y'all, she's amazing. She's going to be the next big thing. I'm telling you. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, besties, my glass is empty, but my cup is full, and that means it's the end of the episode. Remember that you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people, and that everyone out there is trying their best. Love you. Bye. You can find the Mommy Artist podcast on YouTube to watch the full video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and come back next week for more iconic chaos and creative magic. But no worries if not.